we usually want our volunteers to understand the financial aspect of our organization, and it's good that first of all that they know that we do not receive subsidies from the government, and therefore because of this the participation fee that is charged on volunteers is used to run the association. So in this regard, therefore, the short-term volunteers pay 265 euros. The middle-term volunteers pay 250 euros if they are participating for 1 month. And if they are participating for more than 1 month, then we charge them 200 euros per month. For additional days that a middle-term volunteer will want to stay, we will do a calculation that is commensurate to the number of days that the volunteer will have stayed. In addition to this, I will talk about what is included in this participation fee and what is not included. So what is included, the first one is the upkeep fee. And here we are talking about the accommodation both in Nairobi during the orientation and also at the project. Another thing is the airport transfers, whereby we send our staff to the airport to pick the volunteer up, and also during the time when the volunteer is traveling back home, then we send someone also from the office to pick the volunteer from the family to drop the volunteer to the airport. Another thing is the orientation costs. We do a 2-day orientation to the volunteers so that we introduce them to the Kenyan life and the ways of doing things. Also, in addition to this, we have communication and supervision. So we maintain a constant communication with volunteers during the time when they are at the project, and even when they are finishing, so that we try to see if the volunteer is doing well and if there is any problem or any challenge that needs to be addressed. In addition to this, we also have evaluation. At the end of the project, we do evaluation for volunteers to know what worked well, what did not work well, and what are the recommendations of the volunteers so that the program can run on well. Also, we have office costs, and this one includes office utilities and other things that are related to the office. Also, we have administration costs. So these are the costs that are included in the participation fee. What is not included is one, we have the local transfers. By this I mean transfer from the CIVS office or from the host family to the project, and from the project back to Nairobi. Also, we have excursion fees. So sometimes maybe the volunteer may choose to visit different sites so that he can see different areas in Kenya. This is not included in the participation fee. Also, direct donations to the project is not included in the participation fee. Also, the visa fees or visa extension fees is also not included. And lastly, cost of personal items like toiletries, personal drinks, and other personal items are not included in the participation fee. We usually have a reimbursement policy. Suppose the volunteer pays his or her participation fee before he comes, and he doesn't do the project, we will reimburse the money to the volunteer. And if the volunteer will have already arrived in Kenya, we will only subtract cost of transfer from the airport and the number of nights he will have spent in Nairobi. And if the volunteer chooses to end the project during the time when he or she is at the project, then we will only subtract the amount that will have been paid for that specific month, and for the other costs that relate to the office. So our reimbursement is also commensurate to the time when, or to the duration that our volunteer will have stayed with us. With that, I would like to thank you very much, and I welcome you to come and volunteer with us at CIVS.